Greetings everyone. In this video you will learn how to use a social bookmarking tool called Diigo. Diigo provides a way for teachers to create a digital library and share those resources. To begin, visit www.diigo.com. Once you land on this page, go to sign up, and on the sign up page you'll choose the free option, and then you want to create your account, and you can just follow the directions to create your account. Once your account is created, you'll be able to come back to this page and then choose sign in. On the sign in page, you can use your username and password, or you can use a social media account as well. And here I will use my Google account. Once you log in, you will see your library. To the left, you will see the word add, and we'll use that later. You will also see some tags. The tags are the entries that you're required to have. Once you read the assignment details, you'll know what tags you'll need to have to create these names. This part is your actual library, and this number tells you how many items are in your library. Over to your right, you'll see a day and you'll see a month, and this tells me when you made your entry. If you hover over this, you can delete it. You can also edit your account. But this is how I'll know if you make your entries on a weekly basis, and this will give me the proof that you actually did this starting in September or early August, and you made entries progressively through the semester. So make sure that you're doing weekly entries. At the top, you'll see My Library. That's where we are now. This tool is called My Outliners. This gives you a way to make an outline, but you're not required to use that. If you want to investigate it, you can. In this section called My Groups, you'll be able to click on this. This may be important for you because you can use this in a few different ways. One, you can create a group for your class once you have your own classroom when you graduate and get your first professional teaching job. You can also create a group for a group of teachers in your building if you wanted to do that. And you'll notice here we have a group called Spring 2015. I'm going to make this available to you so that you can join that group, and then you can get resources out of it. You can add resources to it, but that'll give you another way to find resources. If you go to Discover, you can you just hover over Discover and you'll be able to click on Community. And in the community, this is another place where you can find resources, and people that are part of the Diigo community will post resources, and you can do searches for different tools or different resources that you might think are useful. And if you look over to your right, you'll notice the different tags here. So if you go through, you'll be able to click on something to find a resource. So let's select education. And then once you get here, maybe you see this tool called EDU Creations or Edu Creations. You'll click on this. And this is an iPad app that allows you to annotate, and it gives students a way to write and share their ideas. So you may like this tool, and it also has a website, of course. And what you would do is click inside the address bar, and then if you're on a PC, do Control-C. If you're on a Mac, Command-C to copy the link. This is the easiest way to do it instead of typing it. And you also, at this point, while you're on this web page, you can also go and investigate the tool to make sure it's something that you would really want to use, to make sure that it's still working and all that good stuff. Once you've done your investigation and it seems like something you want to use, you want to go back to our website, Diigo, and this time we want to go back to My Library if you're not on that page still. And then here we want to choose Add, and when I click Add, you'll notice I have different options. Now you can add PDFs, you can add images and notes. I won't require you to do any of these three, although again you can investigate these if you choose. The main one that we'll do all semester is bookmark. So we'll select bookmark. You'll notice that it wants the URL. So you could type here if you want it, but again, if you do the paste, here you can do Control-V because we just copied that link, or you can do Command-V if you're on the Mac. And once you paste it, it usually prevents errors of spelling and things like that. So you may want to copy and paste to make it a little easy. Sometimes the links will automatically give it a title, and it'll automatically give it a description. If so, you can leave that as it is. If the tool that you choose or if the resource you choose doesn't have those things, you should create a title for it, and you should put in a short description. You only need a sentence or two, just enough to show me that you went to the tool and you know what it is. So you can type that in your own words. And then this is where you add your tags. Now, when you read through the assignment details, it'll tell you that there's a required list of items that you need to have in your library in terms of the tags. So one of them is creativity, one is math, and then there's a category called other. And the other means that when you find resources that don't fit neatly into one category, for example, something like EDU Creations will fit in any category because you can use it in any class. So it's not specific to math, it's not specific to reading, it's not specific to social studies. So you can actually put that in the other category. We won't use the word other, but we will choose a word that describes it in some way. So we may want to say iPad, we may want to say technology. If you just want to call it what it is, you call it EDU Creations. But by doing that, then you wouldn't want to put anything else in that category. So you may not just want to have a one item category section. So I might call this iPad, and you would click on iPad, and now it puts the tag there. Sometimes there may not be recommendations for tags, so that's when you'll put your own in there in terms of, you'll know if it's a science tool, you'll type science. If it's a math tool, you'll type math. If it's creativity, now that can, again, that could be like this one, so you could give this the category of creativity because it does work on that as well. But that'll be one of your categories as you look at it. And one quick note here, if you do create groups, you can automatically send resources to specific groups as you add it to your library. Again, you're not required to have a group, but if you choose to do that, you can. You're only required to find your resources and then make your bookmark and get at least 30 by the end of the semester and have a description of them. So once I add my bookmark, you'll see that it was added here. And then if I go to the left, I should be able to go to iPad, and EDU Creations is also there. So you can, it'll be in both places. It'll be in your general library and it'll be within your tags. Again, your tags are the categories that you have to create, and in the assignment details I give you a list of 5 or 6 that you have to have. One of them is science, one of them is math, one of them is social studies, another, and then there's a last category for other, and other is meant to capture any tools that don't fit in those other categories. There's no minimum number to have in any one particular category, but I would imagine that you would get at least 2 or 3, at least 2, and then you can have as many as you want. But remember, your total number that you're trying to get to is 30, so make sure that you find what you need. And again, I'll be sending you links. You can find links from your field placement. You can find resources from your other classes. You can find them from readings. There'll be different places that you can find these resources, and it shouldn't be hard to build your library. Just make sure that you're doing it weekly.